I'm here with Joanne from Grasmere Gingerbread, and first of all, congratulations on your award.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit more, or give us a brief overview of the business, because it's quite a famous business, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know whether it can be brief, but yeah, it's very, very different. It's unique. We've been running for 170 years this year. I'm third generation of my family to work in the business. Mm-hmm. It's been my family over 90 years. It's very, very special. It's very different, and people come from all over the world to visit us. We're a very tiny shop in the heart of the Lake District, and the shop itself was built in 1630, so it's a very old-fashioned, beautiful building. But within that building, the founder, Sarah Nelson of the business, started making a very unique product called Grasmere Gingerbread, and it's not like a normal gingerbread, and it's quite Moorish. It's crossed between a biscuit and a cake. Okay. And so it's all produced on site by hand, and all baked fresh daily and wrapped, and people just love it. They love the smell, they love the atmosphere. All the staff are in Victorian clothes. We actually operate, our retail space is 6 foot by 6 foot in Grasmere, and the queue goes out the door and down through the churchyard where William Wordsworth is buried. And so it's a very iconic heritage product, but the actual, obviously we've got the manufacturing production of the gingerbread. We've also got the retail space. The building itself is a tourist attraction in its own right, and then we have we dispatch fresh gingerbread every day across the world. So we have a separate mail order department, and we also run like an outreach program, so we can go out and do talks to community groups and schools and tell them about the fascinating story about the creator of Grasmere gingerbread, and we do talks and tasting. We do that on site as well, because we get a lot of tour operators, especially ones from abroad, so we do that as well. We go to schools. We also run a program of events, so we actually go out and to sell our gingerbread, because it is exclusive to us, so you can't buy it anywhere else. So we can do pop-up shops, or we do country fairs, or food exhibitions, and they can be anywhere in the country, as far as the borders down to London. So that's another aspect of the business. And also last year we opened our second shop, which is the first of its kind in a little village with links to Beatrix Potter, which is at Hawkshead, which is lovely.
And because of the product that you do, and because of the sort of rich heritage that it has, how challenging is it to, share it with the world, as you do, when people travel from all over to enjoy it, and you deliver it all over the world as well, of course, but make sure you sort of protect it and never sort of compromise on quality, because it is such a historic recipe.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's good to pick up on that, because we see ourselves as custodians of the business, and we're protecting her legacy, and that's why you don't see it on supermarket shelves. And people are buying into that. They're buying into that story. They're buying into the fact that there is transparency there. It is genuine and it is traditional. And I think in today's world we're losing that. And so they love the idea of the fact secret recipe, family business, handmade, only get it from there. So those are those are great assets to have, but also they can be quite restrictive. But we impose those restrictions on ourselves to protect the brand, to protect the product, the brand, the history, and everything that it means to people and to us.
And with your base in the Lake District, obviously a beautiful area that receives a lot of tourism all year anyway, so you must get a lot of new customers always coming through the door where you are. But do you get lots and lots of repeat and loyal customers that continue to order from you throughout the year?
Yeah, we do. It's we've obviously got a massive fan base across the world. We've got obviously the regulars that come to the Lake District because they're very passionate about the area and they love it and for what it offers. And then we do get new customers coming in, which is great. But also when we go out and we talk to people and we meet them at events and pop-up shops, then we gain new customers, and actually some of them then become like loyal customers, yet they may not have actually been to Grasmere, which is fascinating really. We've got customers in America that buy online and they've never been to the shop, or they've read read about it in America, or somebody in Japan, they've read about it in a guidebook. So it's wonderful, and we have very personal communication with our customer, and so they love that, and they love the fact that we can give that service. And yeah, it's growing all the time, and it's amazing where you go to places and you say, oh, I'm from Grasmere, and people say, oh, that's wonderful, you know, there's a wonderful gingerbread shop there, and we say, yeah, that's us.
And you mentioned you've got a second location now, and of course do these events all year round as well, these pop-up shops that you mentioned, and stalls and so forth. And so you've got a growing team, but it's still a very close-knit team, isn't it?
Very much so, and we because it's a family business, and as we've grown, when people come and work for us, it's very important that they feel at home and they feel relaxed at work and they're happy. A lot of people that work for us are coming because of that, and also because of the environment that the Lake District provides, because obviously it's a lovely environment. So we've got a lot of people that just are in the Lake District. One is they're very passionate about the product and our business, but again, they're appreciating their environment and making the most of that. So the business itself is very, very small within the actual production and shop area, and even actually in our offices as well. And so, you know, you've got to physically and emotionally get on with everybody. And we've got a great team that all brings something different, which is wonderful. So it's like an extension of our family, really, because it's a family business, and therefore you eat and breathe it.
Well, congratulations on your award.
Thank you.
And thanks very much for speaking to us today.
No problem.
Thank you.